there are journalists, there are different segments of the people that I think a sort of meetings, can be held for them to understand what is actually going on. And I think it will eliminate, all this kind of mistrust.
Okay, Mr. Osaemeka, we've talked about plans by the government. We'll look more into that in a couple of moments. But let's talk about the development partners. I know that sometimes the operations can be, staggered or just in clusters. How do we bring this together just to ensure that we can move faster in terms of, rebuilding the Northeast?
Thank you very much. I think this is one of the most important of all the questions for me. I think critically, we must give it to the humanitarian actors, all of them, and of course the enormous partnership enjoyment we enjoy from the government. One is that there is no operation or response activity that does not go through a lot of scrutiny. Like you rightly said, all activities, response activities have been clustered. So you have different clusters, you have different working groups. So you talk about the health, you have health in emergency working group, you have nutrition in emergency working group, you have protection sector working group, you have food security working group, you have, which is the largest, the food security working group is the largest of them all. And several others like that. And the food security working group is made up of both the in-kind food assistance, which is the dry rations that is given to each family in across the length and breadth. WFP and partners on a monthly basis from January this year have been doing averagely 1.1 million people, every month, yes. So, and that's one. Then of course the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, during the rainy season, interventions reached about 938,000 people across Adamawa, Yobe, and Borno State. Borno State having the largest chunk of that intervention. So you have a lot of these clustered, okay, and on a monthly basis, sometimes by weekly basis, there is constant review and post-review meetings, distribution meetings, intervention meetings, where a lot of assessment is done to determine where we were, where we are going, and how we need to also, tackle some of the challenges we're facing. So there's a lot going on. You have the logistics sector, which has a lot to do with the movement of humanitarian cargo. And, like we said, we can never overemphasize also the fact that without the support of the Nigerian security forces, the convoy, the military convoy that goes from, say from Maiduguri to Ngala to Ran, without the support of the military, there's no way we can move one grain to those locations. From Maiduguri to Goza, from Maiduguri to Madagali, there's a whole lot going on, but sometimes I've been at the airport, where I hear people, they are talking, and I just smile because I discovered that a lot of people really do not know the enormity of what happened and what is also going on. That is because also the government has not really been able to communicate effectively the interventions that they are involved in, and of course that the humanitarian workers are doing. Humanitarian workers really don't shout about what they do. They just do the work and move on. So I think it's the responsibility of government to communicate a lot of these activities, a lot of the gains, and of course be sincere to say where there are challenges. Just like we talked about the issue of the 1 billion, we said it was not properly communicated, and I think there is a lot of work that is rest on the government right now to communicate effectively to Nigerians. Nigerians voted for each government, especially this government, and they deserve to know exactly what's going on. So be that as we've said, every intervention by the humanitarian actors is on behalf of the government of Nigeria. So there is no NGO, be it World Food Program or whoever, that will come out today and say, oh, they're just doing it. They're doing it on behalf of the government of Nigeria for the citizens of Nigeria. So I think there's a lot going on, and of course, the cluster meetings are going on. The UN OCHA is coordinating every of this activity. So you have OCHA in each local government. They are coordinating at the local government level right now, coordinating at the Maiduguri level, coordinating at the Abuja level. So there's a whole lot of coordination in Yobe, in Adamawa State. There's a lot of coordination going on right now.
All right. All right, thank you. Finally, I would ask this, Mr. Gusau. There is the 5-year mark. Welcome back. We'll go quickly to Abuja. Mr. Gusau, please answer what you think, how long you think indeed this restructuring will take in having in mind the 5-year Marshall Plan of the federal government. Quickly, please.
What is important is the political will, and that is evident in the president. I've lost count of the number of ministers that have been to Borno State. I know that there have been support from the Federal Ministry of Health, Environment, Agriculture, you name them. The most important thing is the political will, and it's there. And luckily, we have the Northeast Development Commission coming on stream, and we believe that it is going to be play a very vital role. Before that is done, Governor Kashim Shettima is completely focused on the rebuilding. We have our work plan, and so far that is being strictly followed. He's working very well while he's building the infrastructure. He's also working closely with the humanitarian development partners. They will tell you there is no ambassador that goes into Borno and does not see the governor, as he needs. So they have all the support that they need from the Borno State government, and we believe that everything would eventually be okay.